Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. And I just wanted to break this down to you in a live fashion. Um, these two are trigger drive coils. This is a pulse motor, and as you can see, if you get close up in here, right here, like down like that, getting good close, you see one magnet and then a blank spot, and then it switches. And it switches, and it switches, and it switches. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you. That they're offset, so it's always hitting. One of them's always hitting. So this has 1,555 turns of 132 gauge for the trigger and 226 gauges. All right. And then this one's the same. They're both the same. So you got the magnet in the offset position. And then so one transistor is hooked to 126 strand in each coil. And that's on this breadboard right here. These are Darlington tip 142s. Okay, and both of those will fire. And then when it gets going, the second strand in both coils is hooked up to these two pickup coils. One is 1 millimeter. I think it's 190 turns. And the other one is a 14 gauge, 80 turns. Going at a MOSFET speed. Both of those are hooked up to this breadboard. 39 amp MOSFET. Don't know the name of it really. It's a bunch of letters and a 60 and an N. All this stuff, I don't really get it. Alright, so we're going to spin it because we're still triggering off the coils. So it's got to generate at least enough. We'll just give it a little whirl like that. Need a little bit more. Alright, I had to close the door. Alright, so currently I can't tell which ones are on. I know these two are functioning just fine. I'm going to work on my breadboards here for later presentation. I just wanted to see if everything would work. I'm going to put an LED just to show when it's on. But I got to move some stuff around and redo some things to get that to work. And I think I'm going to use, they're bigger LEDs, not these little things. Alright, so when this starts, when the trigger coil, you see as the magnets pass, it generates electricity. It'll get up to a certain voltage, then these will kick in. And it's kind of like a step up situation here. Like if you turn it all the way up, here, let me do that. Oh, it's good. It was going fast enough. I think it'll catch. Maybe. Alright, you hear that? It's like a hum. Like a hum. I think that means the MOSFETs have kicked in. But this is 25 volts and 1 amp. Oh, I didn't get my tachometer. But I was going to set this tachometer up. I don't really know how to do it. Got some, I guess, directions right here. And then it would be nice to just have one Alright, that was different. Sounds like it's slowing down, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now it's on 8.2. Watch it speed up again. Turned it down. It was all the way up at 25. And then I turned it down to 8.2. 0.1 amps. It's a little weird, like not being able to turn it up and then have it like go faster the whole time. It's a little different. There we go. I wonder about that timing though. Coils are right. All right. We got the shaft, which is now stabilized. We got the magnetic bearing underneath. It's kind of just floating there. Very cool. And these pickup coils are great. I mean, they got a lot of oomph to them. I wonder if I change these MOSFETs to Darlingtons, if this whole thing will change, because it might just be have this too low a frequency for the MOSFETs to be practical, if that makes sense. With 9 magnets, I'm pretty sure the frequency is low. You hear that? It's either knocking or it's like.
Can you guys hear the knock?
The coils might be too close. That might be it. Might literally be a knock. And it also sounds like a whoosh, at the same time, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hard to figure it out, but I think it's a knock, for sure. It's because the shaft is, see how it's being held straight with the bungee cord? And the fact that it's being stabilized by a piece of wood now, there's less flex in it. Flex, less flex in it. So it's going to shake the table when it's time to shake. It's not going to shake the shaft anymore. $15 volts, 0.4 amps. I love it. I think it's great. I guarantee that's not going any more than in between 400 and 500 RPM right now. Maybe 600. Wow. I'm loving it. See, this is the first time I've seen this. I've only been doing this for like a year. So each step has been an advancement in my quest for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
It's joyful watching this thing spin.
Mm-hmm.
17.7.5 amps. This is the 500 milliamps right here. Wow, that's pretty awesome. The shaft that's stabilized is trying to unstabilize. That's got to be going like 700 now. See, and then I think inertia takes over at a certain point, and it starts going faster than the motor. And I don't see how that's possible. With the trigger coils, but it does seem that way. So I think right around 20 volts is when it starts skipping. You can hear it. I mean, it just totally like shuts off after. Very cool. All right. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? One more thing before we go. I'm gonna cut the power. I'm gonna feel these and see if they're even been working or not. Very little bit, maybe. They're a little warm. Ooh, he's got balls grabbing those heat sinks like that. We'll put a few tips in there. I have to get my glasses.
It's amazing you're able to do it with your drummers, man.
Oh man. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. That is pretty smooth. All right. So I think that's it. Let's see what we get. Hear the difference? Holy smoke. It's because they're already up. Yeah, and it's so much smoother, like easier to control. I'll figure out how to make the MOSFETs run smoothly. Maybe if I change them all to that. But I don't even know where to start them. But I need to get another package of them. This is 12.2.5 amps, 500 milliamps. I'm to put some caps on this. I'm going to put some capacitors on this, and then when they finally get charged up and it starts pumping, you will see this increase again and yet again. I want to put the diode loops on everything. That's smooth, man. That's running smooth. That's 13.6.4. The amps are really low, and that's really good. These have a 10 amp max. These Darlingtons over here, these tips. So the 100 volts, 10 amps, and we're well within that range. Yeah, that is so cool. Stable. We can put some generator stuff to generate on here, because you know this is not going to generate anything. This might generate about a volt of AC. I mean, this is not going to generate anything either. This right here, none of these are really designed to generate very much electricity. The thing that would generate the most electricity is the 32 gauge trigger. And I guarantee that's not doing much, man. That's like 26 volts of AC. Break down into about 1.2 volts of DC, which is enough to trigger everything. I'm gonna go get the tachometer. Is that good? There. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. 331. $351. So I was a little off. $362. So this might be the benefits of the MOSFETs. I know it was going faster than this. It's 361. $388. So it's going up. Doesn't sound like it is. So I'm thinking capacitors, at least one for each coil with a diode loop Right now it doesn't have any of that. I think it needs it. All right. That's awesome. So what we're doing now is we're using trigger coils. We are utilizing breadboards for circuitry. We're doing lots of stuff. All right. Peace out. Please subscribe. Have a great night. Bye now.